Hello, everybody, and welcome to another round of the Azure Dreams Rock Me to the Top 3 tournament. We are hyped today, for another excellent match, back-to-back matches, everything we like to see. I am here today. I'm Lady Demi, and with me here today, this is where you say your name, Damage Plush.
Oh, I am Damage.
Right. Okay, so, for those of you unfamiliar, Azure Dreams is a PlayStation 1 mystery dungeon style roguelike. So it's got turn-based RPG-esque combat that's set on a grid of procedurally generated floors. Our runners will have 1 hour to go as far as they can, as fast as they can. And I think we might have, that the runners either might have missed the countdown or are still in the delay. We will see in just a moment, because we should be ready to go. It is a matter of there, and we're off. Or, yeah, okay, now we're off. Enough. Shauny giving us an interesting camera angle on the obligatory meeting our first monster cutscene here. Different, need a little bit of variety.
I didn't know that the mountain was shaped that way now.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting look. You can kind of see it when you're looking at it at other angles, but you don't, normally see the angles of it. The bridge has a nice little swing to it. A little slope.
And this match has a bit of a friendly rivalry going on. We can see that Septic has named his character Zeus and then named Kuhn Bark.
Yeah, that zoos are many a run ender, and I think probably a little bit of a close thing here. Getting our siding items, since these are seated towers, we have streamlined the intro process. If you play this game for real, you're going to have a long tutorial here. And this is immediately we're getting, I think, everyone's favorite monster to encounter first because Troll gives you enough EXP to immediately get your first level, and then you're able to actually fight all the monsters on this floor.
Absolutely.
By default, that's not a thing you can do because Ko is the weakest thing on this tower.
Oh, that miss was scary, though.
Yeah, it can get a little... That's quite the chain. I don't think it's going to be too much for Septic to handle, since you're... Oh, Limparang. That makes it even easier. Giving him all the space he needs to begin exploring. While these are procedurally and randomly generated, they will have the same layout of items and rooms between the two runners to get the purest display of skill here.
A small train, but not giving in to temptation.
Yeah. It's always sad when you see the elevator, in your spawn room on floor 3 or 4 or 5. Those are safer to explore, or than the later floors. At this point, your starting Ko is expected to be able to live here for, a little while. Which isn't gonna be true later.
Very true.
So, you want to explore, you want to find all the items, you want to get your kit ready, and you really want to find those elevators in your spawn room, floor 6, floor 7. You don't want them now, but you can't save them either.
Being able to know where they are gives you a really good safe base. You know where you can run to if something silly were to occur.
That is a good point. Azure Dreams has so much room for something silly to occur.
Don't throw items at walls.
Don't throw items at walls? That's not going to work. There could always be an early monster den.
Oh, a misstep by Shauny.
Little one.
He's going for the A1 strat.
Oh, Septic. That's unfortunate. That's not going to be good. Frog can't do anything to defend himself. It's going to be up to Kuhn. Luckily, Troll is much easier than some of the other things. Because, like, a cyclone could probably have made that go very bad. This looks to be a small floor, given how fast Shauny has moved on from it.
Even better, your Kyun wants to protect you, so he's automatically switched to AI 4, and you just watch him fight as you're going, no, no, please, little buddy, stay alive.
Mm-hmm. Something bad happens to Kyun, and it really can both supercharge and hamstring a run. I think both of these runners are prepared to run Cumulus. Shauny tends to name Kyun trash because something bad like that happens so often.
I can understand that sentiment.
Yeah, he is at once trash and your only friend. Ooh, Shomaru seed, that's pretty nice. I think we've seen a lot of the elemental seeds this tower too. I know we've got a sea seed, and that'll be handy if they want to do water strats later on.
Seeds can give you that nice advantage on the very early floors. They become useless after a little bit, but early floors, it gives you that little extra bit of safety that's just so nice.
Yeah, if you've got nothing better to fill your inventory with, it can be handy to hang on to it and get the elemental triangle advantage over your opponents, over the other monsters, particularly once we hit floor 6 or 7 and everything has advantage over you. And it sucks.
I was talking about the Shomer or Hazak or seeds.
Oh, yeah, those also little tiny bit of an edge, certainly at their most effective now when your defense and attack aren't wildly outpaced by everything else. Shauny threw away the Gulf Wand earlier. Even if it's not your best element, I think if you don't have another wand, I'd probably keep and use it. Because that wand percentage boost.
Shauny is much a fan of the water Kyun strats rather than the wind strats. Wind strats have a very niche and hardcore following.
Yeah. That is true. I wouldn't necessarily say pair it with a wind Kyun, just some wand is better than no wand, is my thinking.
Unless it's cursed and then you cry a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Curses would seriously put a damper on that, because wind isn't the best element.
Especially when you're looking for what you could potentially find. Like, the whole tower is just a big treasure chest. You're like, do I take the chance on equipping this Gulf Wand, or do I, and maybe it's cursed, or do I go for the Scarlet Wand, the Fire Sword, whatever might come next? Have I potentially made things difficult for myself?
Right, on the other hand, have you made things difficult for yourself by not getting as much power as you can with what you know you can have? It's an interesting choice. Whew, that is a spawn room that could have gone worse.
Oh, running away from the bloom. I feel that.
Yeah. Blooms are, I think, fairly fightable, except Shauny has not put on any of the equipment from the earlier floors. And this is where you'd normally just, like, oh, this is bad. This is bad.
The problem is
okay, that problem is solved. I think that's what you have to do here, because that is just being surrounded.
The balloons themselves are not trouble, they're fightable, but good gosh, are they a time sink. They're some big hefty boys, and you do not have the elemental advantage. They
have enough HP to be a major headache. Unfortunately, that crab trap trapping them in the room that they holy belt, luckily most of the monsters too preoccupied with trying to leave the room. And now we're just going to see him get as far off of this floor as possible. Oh, SepticTank hit a sleep trap that I don't think Shauny ever really ran into. Ooh, that's not a pleasant setup.
He did not. It's also interesting to see Shauny, the more methodic marathon type runner, taking a small advantage in floor levels above the notorious speedrunner Septic.
And sometimes things work out like that. Yeah, that U-boat, luckily he knows right where the elevator is and can
Oh,
gun
but a
for it. He
misstep
only
means
has
you don't
to...
get some nom-noms.
I don't think it's so much a misstep as just an inevitability of the positioning. And like, if you don't have to only take one hit from a U-boat, good on you. That's a good amount of hits to have to take from a U-boat.
Was he gonna... Oh, he woke up the bloom. Calculating what he wants to do with that.
Looks like...
Oh, he's gonna turn it into wind. What happened there? Oh, did he not throw it? Did he set it down instead? Oh,
he
no.
might have set it down instead.
Because I thought he was going for the, I'm gonna change this to wind so that my fire might be stronger and pop him.
No. What we doing here? I guess Septic has committed to that Gulf Wand. It turned out to not be cursed, so that's probably the easier approach.
Oh,
yeah, it looks like he just set it down. I've never been entirely clear damage calc-wise on the exact exchange one gets when going off elemental. I know you only get the element of one. Well, I suppose if it's against your deficit anyway, it's not a bad exchange. And we see him switching off of the Gulf Wand to go for that fire balloon.
Another sleep trap! Another one!
Wow!
It is now.
Zoo says bark. Sleep trap says ZZZ.
Sleep trap does say ZZZ, and he's usually known for hitting the paralysis traps. Oh, he's hit that room now.
Luckily, they both have that holy bell. That is what they are there for. That is everyone likes a holy bell to do that.
Oh, but now he's dealing with the same step. Oh.
Not a lot he can do about any of this until...
Well, what he's doing is he's stepping on the one spot that the monsters can't actually get to him, so he can try to block them during that. But they're still affected by the holy ball, so they can't mess with him. But that way he's not trapped whenever the thing pops up.
Yeah, that's...
He doesn't have to exit with several
leather
monsters.
Shield.
Oh,
Shield on Shauny's side. It looks like he is not picking that one up. Going without the dodge chance... I would not.
Oh, a slam trap.
I think that, like, if you're having a wood shield anyway, you might as well get the dodge chance.
That dodge chance will save your life.
Absolutely.
But it's not something that his playstyle he likes to bet on.
No, you never want to bet on it, but if it can help you a little bit, fire crystal.
It's the only thing you got.
Shauny pick that up. Sometimes it's the only thing you got.
Yeah, Shauny also passed up an ice shield as well, which can be kind of nice on the upper floors, but...
Yeah, it's interesting. I get of wanting to avoid an elemental shield if you're not sure if it's cursed or not, and you don't have that equipment. It can save you, and it can make things slightly worse, depending on the exact circumstances you're in.
I think it shows his belief in his current inventory.
Yeah, I suppose. I am finding, like the lack of inventory switching from him. Steel shield. Okay, that's the shield he wants. Reasonable enough.
No more.
No more. That there was no value to keeping the wood shield.
He's going with a more safe route rather than having to actually use the extra brain power to think about the elements. Because if you're not careful and you step on a bomb trap, let's say like the Earth Shield, oh, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, with that ice shield, he wouldn't have had to worry about that. But there are enough wind monsters that, like, they're not generally dealing a large amount of damage is like the good thing about them. It's the only good thing about them.
Oh, leather shield. He says, yes.
Different approach to the shields here. That'll be fun to see how it plays out, who gets punished for it. So that's at least as good in defense as what they just put down.
He's also
And it has
throwing,
that dodge chance.
eyeballing. So, oh, he's found a trap by placing down the item as well.
Oh,
Now he
that works.
doesn't have to deal with that slam trap that Shauny
And
hit
there's a
earlier.
decurse scroll. That ice shield's going to be particularly handy where Septic is now. Basically, everything on this floor is fire, except the clowns, which are wind, so, like, that's fine.
Cune's got that handled. Your balls have that
Another
handled.
slow trap. I think that they both hit the same slow trap at different points, but this is certainly a trap-heavy seed, as expected from a seed Sand Knight generated.
Oh, he was blessing those seeds before. He was like, no, that first round, you cannot believe it. I am lulling you to a false sense of security. Shauny already moving from 13 to 14 with another very convenient elevator.
Yeah, it looks like he's using some AI-1 strats to weaken up this Garuda. Going to get a fair amount of EXP from that for very little trouble, just a fireball charge. And that is a good way of boosting. Oh, and a lean. That is nice. That is a thing you want to see.
Garudas are quite comfy for leveling up at that level if you are feeling a little bit weak. Just a fireball to the face and boom, your Garuda's gone, you get levels. If you level up, you haven't leveled up, you might even get 2 or 3 at once.
Yeah, that is the upside of the sort of extreme growth of monster difficulty as the tower continues is that at least the XP growth also goes, oh no! That's bad.
He's got a problem. He's got a problem.
Oh, wait. Monster Den. That means Monster Den music. Let me get up and up the commentator controls.
Monster Den music.
Switch that over. Monster Den music is what is pretty
wholly
rad.
on the Kraken, which is a very nice move. Run, take the Cune.
Take the Cune. Luckily, not too much was blocking his doorway, so that he is able to get out.
He is leading the circus.
He is leading a ginormous train.
But luckily, that the other Kraken is to the very back. Can't say that I'd want him any further forward.
Yeah, looks like he's come up with a way of approaching this that will separate the rest of the chain from him with that malicious scroll, confusing the Newell and letting everybody else pass on by.
GG. And now he's on to floor 15.
Oh,
Septic is coming up on floor 12.
No, I believe the blue collar is in that starting room. I wonder if he will go back for it. But Kool-Aid dropping a fun fact, while the trolls from that monster den had clubs, and club trolls were normally like the weakest, they were properly leveled.
They're not. They are locked to their weapon.
They're not, huh? I know that's true of naturally spawning trolls that you find when you see them on, like, this floor or other ones. Meanwhile, Septic finding an egg, that'll be nice.
This is a pretty good floor to find an egg on. You could find some lovely little treasures.
That could be a Garuda. That could be everything you want.
You would have thought at the elevator he might have started trying to hatch it, but maybe he's wanting to go for a bit more speed first. Oh, horse trap.
Yeah. We have the correction that apparently the trolls from the monster den can be appropriately leveled. Or they can be from level 2 or level 10. Anywhere where you find trolls. Isn't that nice? Trolls are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Another little fun thing about trolls is they have a possibility, if you throw a weapon at them, to equip said weapon.
I always like, if I can find it on the right floors, I like using that on bow trolls to make them not bow trolls, because I hate bow trolls so much.
I could agree to that. However, it's great if you go, oh, I have this hammer. Here you go, bow troll. No, I'm just gonna get hit by this one. I'm gonna take that, and I'm still gonna shoot you. It's
yeah, that's happened every once in a while. That's a nuisance.
They're very cheeky creatures. They're adorable too.
Meanwhile, Shawnee coming up on floor 16, the
And he just found
casino.
another holy scroll too. Beautiful.
This is a nice inventory.
Very. Sand Knight, are you sure you're putting all of your vigor into these seeds?
We've seen a lot of traps too, though. There's been some upside and there's been some downside.
Literally with a reverse trap.
Yeah. Don't think we've seen one of those today.
Oh, turning the well into a
At least not in this
winged
iteration. Yeah, that'll make it pretty easy to handle. Pretty convenient.
Make it so it doesn't get stuck in that heel loop.
Actually, I'm trying to remember if I know what their spell does as when it's wind. Because what element a monster's magic is changes how the spell works, at least sometimes.
That's a very good point. They can change so drastically, even animations that you wouldn't think would exist can pop up, and it can be very beautiful. And unfortunately, Septic is on a blind trap, which is a very scary place to be.
Absolutely. We saw him eat that medicinal herb to, like, make sure that even if something came up out of the dark, it would be okay. And I think that's the most you can do in situations like this.
Indeed, indeed.
Now
they're both at floor 16. They've caught back up, but Shawnee has had much more time to explore the floor by this point.
Yep, making his inventory nice. We might see him wait a little bit, or explore a little bit more and find
beautiful little Barong buddy has not shown up yet.
They're pretty rare, even on the only floors that they spawn into. Looks like Shawnee is using one of his bells to manipulate that Mana Weaver to stop following him already.
I had a practice match where I spawned into a level 36, and there were 4 Barongs, and I was very sad because I couldn't get to any of them. But it's like, what are the odds to happen here? Just to insults. Oh, what are you doing to me, my boy? And Shawnee moving up to the next floor. Oh, warp! Oh, okay, he's safe. That was the safest warp he could have had. Oh, and he's using the leva against the picket so that the picket cannot give him a fuss, so he can try to gamble with that scroll. But unfortunately, it was just a decurse.
Well, could be worse. Shame to use that Holy Scroll on the Mana Weaver, but anything that gets you out of a bad situation is pretty good. Shawnee would love to have a picket, but if he can't fight a picket, that's... But if he can't have it, well, farewell pickets.
He is a good little meat shield.
Oh, that's not pleasant for Septic. Luckily, that is him hitting the trap and not his monster, and he's not very far away. It looks like he'll be able to walk on back to recollect Kuhn safely.
And so we're not dealing. One, say sit, boy.
Very handy. They'll be able to keep on moving on. Into not the ideal situation, but pretty manageable.
He's decided to fight that troll.
He's gonna have to fight something in the situation he's in at the moment.
Ooh, but that troll has the high ground. That's feels hurt.
Yes, he has high ground against this troll. The other troll has high ground against Kuhn.
What resources will he use to get out of this? He's got a few holy scrolls. It might have been a little bit more keen to use a fire crystal a bit sooner if that was going to be used, but that's no longer an option.
Yep.
Oh, the picket just stole Shawnee's medicinal herb.
Oh, that is unpleasant.
At these
It's
levels,
the worst
it's not
when
as great, but it can. You never know what can help you in the tower.
Looks like Septic is actually using the holy protection of the holy beam to throw the trolls away from him and the picket.
Never forget the old school use for the items you're using, even whenever you know the fancy use. Love it.
Yeah, there's certainly... Oh, we see that as well happening on Shawnee's side because Kyun is confused.
And now he's holding him so that he doesn't get any craziness happening. He could deplete his MP by throwing away the bridge without the holy up. Oh no, he placed him on a trap. How unfortunate. Is he in a trap room?
This is a trap room. This must be a trap room.
He's just go. Save yourself.
Oh no, that's bad. That's bad. He is separated from Kyun. Who knows where the little buddy is going now?
He didn't have it set to AI1. Oh, okay. He got it in a good time.
Yeah, throwing out the trash. But now you need him. This is a situation that went pretty bad, pretty fast, honestly.
He didn't get too far away. At least there wasn't an intersection.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily for him, pickets only do 1 damage per turn, which means they get 2 on you.
Did Septic get Kyun caught on the wall? He got it caught on the wall? That is a strange situation that you don't see every day. It's a
amazing rarity.
Oh, Shawnee using that recovery ball he found. I find the recovery ball a fairly niche item, but niche isn't useless.
To agree with it. You use what you've got, and whenever you're trying to preserve things for more like the floor 20s, the floor 30s, yeah, recovery ball is a great choice.
Shawnee getting pinned in between a spider and a Manaweeva.
And he uses the Palumpa. Boom! Good job, Palumpa.
Doing one of its several jobs that it can only do as an egg. Palumpa, it peaked as an egg.
I find it very interesting that that exists in the game, and they give you absolutely no hint of in the tutorial. Hey, you can throw an egg at things, so you could very well
feed it to your monster.
Yes,
you could never know that.
You could never know either of those things. You could never know that a white sand used on a different item tries to work on that item and just makes you use up your white sand.
Mm-hmm. Hello, folks from SpeedGaming 3 rating us. We are in round 1 of this match. Shawnee is in a very slight lead over SepticTank coming into Viper Town. There's about 1 floor of difference. Egg bombs are mentioned in the manual. Goodness, I miss manuals.
You read a manual? Big brain.
I have been known to read a manual. Oh, this is not pleasant on Septic's side. Luckily, that was his Manaweeva and not an enemy Manaweeva, or truly an enemy Manaweeva. So he's able to push past it. Otherwise, he'd been... Oh, this is bad. Shawnee is having a bad time. Shawnee is having a bad time.
He's sleeping and getting whooped. Oh no, not there it is!
No!
Floor 20. Floor 20, a sleep trap and a viper.
Oh, that is sad. To be fair, I got my game secondhand from my brother. It didn't have a manual. Otherwise, I would have read it. I love reading game manuals.
I look for the artwork.
I also like reading walk-through guides to things, partially for the artwork. So I have walkthroughs to games I never actually played. Oh, that is an egg that would be nice for Septic to have, but gonna have to get past the spider. Now, even though Shawnee died first...
He goes for the lift and not so... the second
There we go.
I love a good lift. I find it interesting that he didn't hatch that earlier egg. Guess he's feeling...
Yeah, neither of them did. Guess I didn't want to put in the times in reference. Either way, even though Shawnee died first, he hasn't lost yet. in order for Septic to take this point, he is going to have to make it to floor 21.
Oh gosh, and Shauny is showing off for us. He has become one with the pita fruit.
Yep.
And one with the floor.
That is what we call the U-boat glitch. Not because it involves a U-boat, but because you too get to experience the joy of being a U-boat.
Your little tuft of hair is now the periscope.
Mm-hmm. It's very cute.
Oh, it looks like Septic is gonna go for some egg abuse on this Viper.
Yep. Viper will go towards an egg because it wants to eat it, because it's a snake. It is a snake and it wants to eat an egg.
He's a cuddly snake. You don't see too much, especially
not very cuddly. He's a very threatening. Yeah, you don't see a lot of Weedog's special power, which can be a little bit useful if you keep tight control of your monsters. Because it will throw a piece of meat, which will restore 10 MP. Your monster will chase towards it, but you can grab the meat. You can have it.
It's such a cute little, like, pixel art, too. I love it.
Yeah, it's like a meat on the bone sort of thing.
Oh, he's gonna go for the AI1 strat ×2. Oh, even while there's a Viper behind him.
Yeah, that's unpleasant. That's a risky situation. And it is the thing standing between Septic and this point.
Is he gonna go for the lift? There's no way.
Could go for the lift. Oh, holy scroll. Holy.
I recruit you to join my ranks, Sir Viper.
If it gets him through the floor, it gets him as far as he needs to go here.
Yep, and there he makes. He's gonna always check a loop.
Of course, you always want to check a loop. Looks like he's going to betray his friend and get that juicy XP as the final service that Viper can do for him. And that is point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I was just waiting for the floor to spin to just double check. There's floor 21, and the winner of this round is Septic.
Okay. Let us give him a point, and then we will be able to proceed onward. That's odd. There we go, there's that point. Button needed a firmer hand on it.
How many failed lives for this Paloopa?
It's stubborn. It does not want to be carried.
There's part of me that's really
I don't need to be carried, bro.
I really want them to, like, throw the egg and, like, hatch it and tell me what's inside of it.
That would be nice. Or throw it. You could throw it. You can egg bomb. Let us know what's in the egg. Let us know what's in the egg.
We're not gambling types here. We're only playing Azure Dreams.
That's enough gambling forever. Oh, that's pretty nice, but it wouldn't have changed it. Oh, like getting a proper collar jack going.
Oh, it's just a dreamin'. Just a dreamin'. Dreamin' is trying to come up in the last couple games. Dreamin' definitely helped Poulet in the last round, and he was ready to just throw that thing off into Never Never Land.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the last match between Septic and Wooga, unfortunately Wooga was taken down by a Dreamin'. It's like, oh, apparently not just a Dreamin' today. Dreamin', they're coming up. They're plotting. They're plotting.
They're plotting.
Who's this manual everyone keeps talking about? Snake egg.
Yeah, snake eats an egg.
It was very interesting that round to see just how quick Shauny's pace was.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, 065. 065. Seed is good, Shauny. Septic, one more text box, buddy.
Pucky. There we go.
There we go.
065.
So we will be getting ready for our next one for more Azure Dreams adventure. And sure, let's see. What do I feel like the next seed has in store? We've already got a monster den, and that's like the fun thing.
Yeah, it seems like
or at least that's like the fun sudden. Yeah, that happens.
Oh yes, it's just
you can avoid it by like a single tile.
No trap, no trap. He says he's gonna bless himself. No trap.
Well, we'll see if that has the power to change a sand nut. Night seed.
Skeef says floor to death, bomb trap sled combo.
Oof, that happens. This game is unpredictable enough that you can die at the first turn.
Septic saying his name is Naps. Naps are what are gonna be naps are what? He's giving us a message.
Bad? We'll find out. We're in suspense now. Healthy also works. Fun? I mean, they're not really fun.
Shauny's being a good boy and saying hello to his mother.
Very polite. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Let's make sure they're ready and begin round 2.
Shall I push the button?
I'll push the button this time.
She'll push the button.
The button has been pushed and they will be off in just a moment.
3.
Meant to count it through delay.
1. Curry!
Curry.
Curry.
You know, this game sure likes food. There is, that we, admittedly very true, but like, there is, for those of you unaware, a restaurant in the town that happens to, like, have a full menu, and every food has a usually fairly lengthy description.
It has beautiful flavor text to all of it. And then your cheapest item's rice, and then you deliver it to the table, says, yep, it's rice. And I find that just absolutely wonderful.
It really is. You just don't know what else you were expecting. But then, of course, you also have the sorry surry curry option for if you go down one of Cheryl, one of the girls you can date in the parts of the game that this tournament will never deal with. With
Curry%.
You can, instead of apologizing, say curry and rhyme with something that is approximately like sorry. Oh, naps are bad, is apparently Septic's conclusion.
This is a negative run so far.
Little negative. Feeling maybe a little bit.
The tower brings the salt.
Yeah, I think that one of the nicer things about the community is that we can all join together in being salty about tower luck, good and bad.
Oh, absolutely. If that wasn't already displayed with the borking.
Mm-hmm. Because we know it could be us.
We know it will be us if we play long enough.
That is true. While no two non-seeded towers are alike. At the same time, play enough of them and you see everything. Everything that could happen to you.
Even then, we're still learning new crazy ways for the tower to mess with us or for us to take advantage of.
The game's mysterious programming. Now that they're back underway, having a fairly smooth, except that they haven't gotten that level. And yep, there is more tournament. This was a double header of a match today for all you fine folks. Folks, you can always check out the VOD if you missed the earlier match of Meat versus Poulet Sans Tête. But now we have another match.
Suggested it. It was a very good match. Very fun to watch.
It was very fun to play. Hey, and it's always good to see more Azure Dreams where the fun never stops. Being ripped from you.
Fun is sometimes in quotation marks as the tower punishes you with a monster den.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the elevator. Will you take it? Nay, it is time to search.
Certainly a good.
Oh no,
time.
blind.
Oh,
blind
that's
scary.
bad.
Blind is scary. He's using. Oh.
And there's a fight.
Oh. He's being hit. Oh, he's found it.
At least that didn't go disastrously so early on. When your health is very low, the margins of error can be really small.
Luckily, he was rather comfortable at that level 3 on a level 2. That makes it a bit less hairy scary.
Decurse scroll, that'll be handy if anything they find is cursed anyway.
Great to find in early levels. Later, disappointment.
Later, you're gonna want a holy or a malicious scroll. Restore
early, you want that too.
Yeah, you always want those. But when you don't have your gear yet, you can see the fully set up yet. You can see the purpose of the decurse scroll.
It cleans you up and lets you change your elements if you need to, if nothing else.
Yeah, though it does not restore the hidden curse status effect that lowers hit and dodge chances, which is a bummer.
Oh, he's gonna go through the sword yeet.
Always a little bit fun to see a sword yeet.
Oh, it's so satisfying. Oh no, he's hit a confusion trap on Septic's side.
That isn't as bad as it could be. Confusion, I think, is one of the more manageable traps. Since you still can control your throws, then yes. Yeah, you can still control your throws, you can still use items. You could even still move, though you can't guarantee that you will move in the direction you want to move. We saw that last round, some unfortunate misstepping with the chaos. Even after Holy Veil was thrown. And Shauny as well, hitting Confusion Trap, but having some friends around. And an unthrowable flame, because flames don't have legs. Yeah, they float. You don't want to put... And even though Kuhn floats, he will let you pick him up because he's nice. Because he wants to be helpful like that. Whereas even your flame is just a jerk, but also, your flame is on fire. That's probably a big factor in why they can't be picked up. Because Ko does not want to do that, and I think, Ko, you need to be tough. You need to put your hand on the fire. Don't try that at home, kids. Snipe. Shauny deciding he's not going to deal with that. While that could be a level he could explore in a situation he could get out of, reasonable enough if that doesn't feel like a thing that's safe to manage.
And the flame showing off his long distance attack.
You only have one life to live, and Shauny, and he has to win this one to make a game 3.
There was another chaos trap. He clicked no trap. He did wrong. It portends a Sand Knight seed.
It really does portend.
Speaking of seeds, he just picked up a sea seed, which he's gonna like that.
I feel like they've seen some good wands to pair with that, but maybe I'm misremembering, because it's very easy to just copy and paste Azure Dreams memories on top of one another.
Especially when you've got matches in your row, you're like, oh, they have this. Oh, or even if you're doing your own, like, oh, I have this. No, that was last round. Oh, no.
Yep. The backgrounds help for things that are distinct, but not. Oh, an anti-chaos.
He could have used it a couple times.
Could be useful. Could be useful given how this seed seems to be going and how it is chaos happy.
You always want to have one, but hope you never need to use it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, if you have better things to keep around, because 20 inventory slots, ooh, diamond shield. That is a nice thing.
It's cursed, though.
Well, decurse scroll. Decurse scroll.
This is true. This is very true.
Hopefully Septic still has that. Still, even a cursed diamond shield is pretty nice. Yeah, there's Shauny immediately using it.
Everybody's cursed.
Everyone's cursed. I mean, when you see a diamond shield, you put it on, and I think at floor 5, you kind of just put on the best things you have, in my opinion.
In casual, diamond's one of the best things you can have in general. You're happy whenever you find a diamond shield. And then finding it one early in a run in the tower, oh, that level of safety is beautiful.
Yep, ooh, nice little item room.
And a malicious scroll. What's that? What's in the magic ball? Blinder. Absolutely wonderful.
Nice. Oh, I just realized something about flames.
Oh, and he's already putting it to good use against them.
They're pretty blind as is, having a slightly off and different movement chances.
Yes, their line of sight, instead of being the standard 2, is 1. So maneuver juking has become quite the common term.
Yep. Skip points out that, like, the leather shield is, if you raise it up high enough, better than an equivalent defense diamond shield due to the dodge chance, but think casual for a moment. The game never tells you about the dodge chance.
It doesn't.
Can you uncurse unidentified items?
But once you've been told the leather shield, absolutely, you can never go back.
But also, you cannot uncurse unidentified items to avoid the permanent luck penalty, because the decurse scroll only works on what you have equipped. And yeah, the defense of a shield does quickly become fairly irrelevant, rendering leather better, but it doesn't tell you. And so, like, to most people who play the game casually, the choices are diamond or mirror. It takes a high IQ to understand the value of the leather shield. I say, like a snob.
Pinky out. Pinky out, leather shield. And you've just entered a room face to face with a U-boat. How do you feel today?
Not good. Not a good room to be in. Quite bad. Look at that damage, and that is
paralysis. The paralysis, yes.
You can't count on the paralyzed one doing that, but when it happens, it feels so nice.
It's like eating cake. It's just a good time.
It is.
He has stepped on 3 paralysis wands this round. And Shawnee's got a bit of a thick room there. But he spread them out. Oh, but he's taking a hit from this one. He wants to get out of that room and go on his merry way.
Yeah. That's an unpleasant room and suggests a small floor.
Oh, God.
Now that I think about it.
Or at least a very monster-dense room. Oh my gosh! There's so many.
Yeah.
That holy bell was definitely a good move, seeing as how dense that area was.
Here we see Septic manipulating the Mana Weaver's path so that it goes right past him without even noticing.
Very sneaky, sir.
Yeah. And that gets him to the elevator and gets him on up ahead.
And now Shawnee is face to face with the U-boat. How's he wants to handle it with a blinder. He's not taking any tomfoolery.
Well, he might have to take a little tomfoolery because the blinder doesn't mean that the U-boat can't hit him. Just that it's not going to be looking to attack him right away.
He's also using the small room to his advantage so he can take just a little bit of EXP off of this creature. And
blinded enemies, will move basically in a straight line until they can't. If there isn't a target to attack, they'll attack it.
A cure-all, a holy bell. This is a beautiful treasure room.
Yeah, that is nice. It does away with the curse effect from the diamond shield if he wants to use that.
He looks like he picked up some truth glasses as well. Never a bad thing to have on hand.
And there he goes, lifting it now. Maybe he was wondering about maybe getting a cursed wand and undoing both curses simultaneously. I think that must have been what he was planning.
That's definitely a very good strategy to use. And Shawnee playing in the same treasure room, making a bit of a catch-up.
The runners are very close this round. Looks like he's using the intersections to his advantage to isolate monsters that he certainly could fight alone, but would have a much harder time fighting together.
These monsters...
Septic booking it. He isn't going to linger, even though this is a fairly safe floor to explore. But he has a need for speed, and wow, this is some back-to-back bad spawn rooms.
The Sand Knight is hitting. It's setting in slowly.
The Sand Knight is hitting them, yeah.
Oh no, the Griffin woke up. Oh!
The Griffin found him a go-up trap. How generous, Mr. Griffin.
He is always going to go for some glasses. Never hate on some glasses. Figure out what level the balls have. See if you've got a Garuda egg. Love a truth glass. Star glasses might be a little bit more keen in certain areas.
Yeah. Glasses in general, though, are good. And be sure to visit your eye doctor regularly. But yeah, Septic might be feeling behind, and particularly since he was a little bit last time, or maybe he wants to be very sure that he outpaces Shawnee and spikes him into the dirt.
I think we're feeling his since he was behind last time, he wasn't too far behind, but he kept hitting the nap traps, which is why he gave his name Naps Are Bad.
But not the final nap. The big sleep.
I think he is also feeling a full inventory, so he's trying to blow through every item that he can to have a little bit more space and comfortability.
Yeah, if you're good to go, might as well go, but he is very underleveled, and if I were him, I would be pretty nervous about that. Oh no! The worst scenario! Luckily, he's not too far away, but that Griffin might be coming back any moment, and he was right by the elevator. Yeah, he's still holding the cure-all. Maybe he's hoping to do a 2-for-1 special on it. Looks like
I'm
he'll be
afraid.
able to get to the elevator safely. That must be a relief.
Whew. That was scary. That was unpleasant for my heart.
Yes,
Oh,
spooky.
Shauny says no thank you. No thank you, trolls. You may pass.
Mhm.
I want the
Not going to deal with both of them shooting at him at once. And I think that is... Oh, a stream wand. If he can find a sea seed... Well, he's not necessarily the level you would like for water strats. Wait, did he? Did he leave a roach fruit? Was I blind? Or did I just leave a potential roach fruit? Because any fruit could be a roach fruit.
We are hungry for the roach fruit.
You are hungry for the roach fruit. That's the thing. Sometimes you never know what items you don't go for are. And so they can be anything.
I think there's a rule. If you go for it, it's nothing. It's a decurse. If
It's
you
a
don't go for it,
the fruit. If you don't go for it, it's a roach fruit. That's how that goes. Okay, yes,
Oh,
yes. Yes. That is certainly one of the items that you're not likely to find. It is a quantum fruit. It is Schrodinger's fruit.
unless it comes out of a barong's tummy. It's a little
Unless
bit
it
more
comes
likely.
out of Brog's tummy, that changes it up a bit. But then again, you usually know what's coming out of a Brog. Pretty easily because you're trying to get it deliberately. So yes, Schrodinger's fruit could be a lava fruit, could be a roast fruit. You don't know until you collapse it, and then it's a lava fruit. Then it's nothing worth... Oof, that is some big damage. That is the downside of the sort of level Septic has been at because of his... Gotta go fast sprinting.
Throw. He managed to turn around the Dreamin', but not the volcano. But he is using the height advantage, much to his benefit, and takes care of the volcano quite quickly. And there's the exit.
People learning about big thing for teaching.
Oh, it's the Baron level, our favorite.
You know, that is always very fun. It's a little extra randomness that might just be especially beneficial to you. Shauny seeing the griffin going, no.
Oh gosh. He's a madman with a holy bell.
He's a madman with a holy bell. Interesting choices here, particularly since it looks like he's not investigating. He's going to go through that room. Not really sure if it was worth the holy bell. But then again, could be worse. Either way, you learn about Schrodinger's cat from visual novels like a mature adult. Absolutely, yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Or Umineko.
I haven't heard of that one.
I would absolutely recommend it. It is fantastic.
I'm gonna ask for the spelling of that after a stream.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for new people to introduce to Umineko. But we are here for Azure Dreams. Another formative game.
This is an interesting move. Apparently the Griffin doesn't want to use Rise on Shauny until he has the high ground and can take it a bit more comfortably. How kind of you, Griffin.
I wonder, do spells care about high ground?
I wouldn't believe so, but I feel it was quite lucky he didn't get any type of rise before that.
True.
In a one-step hallway.
Maybe it is because the AI is a little bit random, but also, he is on the high ground. If I attack, my damage will be reduced. If I rise, it will not be reduced. Ha ha, says the Griffin.
SepticTank.
In that tone of voice, precisely, yes.
Oh, the Griffin has a mustache at that point that he's twiddling.
Mm-hmm. I think That the mustache is in the hearts of all monsters.
In the heart of Monspire, there lives Mustache.
Yeah, basically. Now that I think about it, though, I think wind monsters, especially mustache. Like, because they are tricksy. See, I feel like that lends itself to that sort of villainy.
What makes them tricksy for you?
I mean, you know, think about it. Think about it. The status effects, the abduction, the status effects, zoo barking, or stealing your things. It's not tying you down to a train tracks, but it's not necessarily straightforward, I hit you and it hurts.
This is very true. They are very cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
Septic is extremely medicine heavy. He's got the whole cabinet.
Yeah, looks like using that Palimpa on a very good candidate in the form of that. Now, if I were him, I might have about-faced and, like, used the picket to block the wee dog. That would have been my approach here, I think.
Down the one-step hallway?
Yeah. Wee dog hits
Shauny's
the back of the picket, goes, oh, well, I can't do anything there. And goes home. But it would have taken a little bit of maneuvering to get there. Shauny going to have to go around now that he has turned that Manaweeva into a monster loop. It won't be chasing him, but now that hallway is more or less dead to him.
It's a very good way to get yourself stuck, but it's also a very good way to say goodbye to Maneva.
Yeah. Just gonna have to find another way around. And he got to use the monster loop too, so that was nice. Manaweavering his way past that one, that is a good one.
That is a really good one, so much so that it took me a minute to just, like, laugh internally before it could come out of my body. It's like, this is beautiful. I have to appreciate this first.
Mm-hmm. Septic has now overtaken Shauny in levels after being behind for the most part. And he still maintains a very thin floor margin. Though I think at this point they are now pretty even. Juking his way downtown.
I didn't need that song stuck in my head.
Sorry.
No, GG. Well played. Right. Let's just take the elevator, Septic. You remember what happened last time? Don't warp trap again. That was heartbreaking. You don't want to see it happen to other people because you're like, you know, if I'm running, I don't want that to happen to me. Up to floor 20 we are.
Here we are, Viper Town.
A three-level distance, Shauny having closed the gap by a small margin.
Yep.
And
now
the
it'll just
sleeping
be
erecting. Floor 20 thinks
sleeping
it's so hard.
Yeah, floor 20 is unpleasant. Those Vipers hit pretty hard. Those Arachne hit like a level of cluster truck.
But how happy is it whenever you get a holy scroll? Let's hope you don't have to use it, but you holy scroll an Arachne, and you know you've got a good buddy for at least one level.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like Shauny is going on water strats now, has a C-Seed, and is going to use some AI-1 to weaken up that sleeping spider, get some EXP. This is around the point where you want to switch to water strats if you're going to do that. Then that level or so, because around level 9, your spell level stops mattering for mixture magic. That'll be nice. That is good and your friend.
Especially if he picked up the Blinder Ball as well. He does. He has 4 charges on his Blinder Ball.
Very nice.
Truth
That'll
Blast
last
is being
him.
very kind.
Yeah, they've been pretty generous with that. Surprisingly generous. Like, at least we've had traps to make up for the generosity.
It's a balance.
It is. Moving on up into some heavier wind monster settings. And I think if Septic has not yet switched to water strats, this is why he hasn't if he hasn't. After all, zoos go bark, and we know he doesn't like that, and he's about to get to where that is relevant.
No luck. No luck, aka Shauny giving some love to his shield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not monsters you really want to deal with. Like, admittedly, while
this
they're
is a small
sleeping,
area, isn't it?
Yeah, it is not a large-looking floor based on what we can see here.
Right,
it's not completely linear, which is
he's not dealing with it. Goodbye, Bark.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the stealth like, I remember you.
Yeah. Stealths are a perfect example of what I mean by saying that they are tricksy. Because, like, on its own, a single stealth is not that you can see is not very threatening, and so stealths will do anything in their power to avoid that specific situation.
Shauny's
showing off Viper's eating the eggs. It will drop the egg. Though I think it will be in some way reduced in heat or attack or something. I seem to recall that. Now I'm not sure. And don't recall if I'm making something up. Either way, Viper ate an egg, got killed for it. Nice.
Egg returned.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Septic showing off that this is the one other floor you can find pickets on after you leave the late team. And that is because there is a quest.
Yes.
Yes, that involves a special picket that spawns on this floor. And so pickets have to be able to spawn on this floor.
Because game says, let there be pool.
Yeah, let there be pool. Let there be pickets. And Shauny was happy.
And let there be a very cute scene where Ghosh is sad because he learns he was very mean to Mia. Oh, he's pinned in between a block
and a duplex. That he's very mean to Mia. He knows he was very mean to Mia. It's more that he learns that because as Mia is pretty, actually, what she lets her hair time on her tropic tradition, that he should not have been mean.
Which is,
of course, the lamest way to realize you've been mean, frankly. Because Gosh is bad. I
think his worst moment has to be with Cheryl. Whenever she falls down, he's like, "Oh God, I didn't do it," and runs away. She like you don't know what kind of trouble she could be in. You just left a girl on the floor. You're awful.
Yep. Yeah, I think that is his worst. I think my personal, the one time where he's not being, totally obnoxious in every way, as is the point of a rival character like that, is to
it's like you need a good Gary Oak.
There's a nice little scene. Yeah, you need a good Gary Oak. You need a point of contrast. And he starts off kind of better than you, and he, in terms of his situation and the respect other people have for him, and etc. And then you turn it around, and that feels good.
In many cases, you kind of find out that people really didn't think so highly of him.
Yeah, he's just rich.
He found the Manueva.
Oh no! Surprise, Manueva!
But he says Oli.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be careful.
There's a blind.
If you're on floors that could have some mana weavers on them. Luckily, it's not several of them in a pile like that, which can happen. Shauny has blinded one of those blocks, showing off how tanky they can be if you're not using fire.
Absolutely.
Spell balls are one of the few things. Oh, using an egg as food for his water cune. Very nice.
Eggs are delicious and nutritious.
Unless you're a mule, because they're vegetarians.
Oh, but even better, a mule very much likes any type of herb.
Yeah. Luckily, you don't need to use that with a mule.
Much like the dragon
Shauny-
was like, oh, coins, I will eat these.
Shauny using a malicious scroll to get it past that zoo. Chaos is an elevator apparently, clearing out his spell balls.
Floor 29 versus floor 26. They've been keeping pretty steadily, 3 steps apart. Oh no!
Oh.
The bomb trap. Oh.
And like, this situation is not pleasant. Something's going to have to take a hit here. It's probably him, and that is scary.
All in that,
Oh, luckily he has Holy Scroll, that snowman. That's right. I was initially much more worried than I guess I needed to be.
Same here.
Still, paralysis, there comes that zoo. Being a zoo.
Shauny says, I'm not going down to Bork. This is not going to happen.
Yep. Oh, and it looks like we are about to see the one bit of story gameplay intersection that this game has.
With very, very rare exception.
In which it doesn't happen.
It happens, unless it maybe doesn't. Welcome to Azure Dreams.
Azure Dreams.
And we see him, it's Beldo.
Allow me to briefly summarize Beldo's cutscene, since we just mashed past it. Hello, my name is Beldo Montoya. I killed your father. Prepare to die.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, nicely done. A good, brief summary. Kind of not what you'd expect.
Oh, he's been between two snowmen. This is not where I'd want to be.
Between a snowman and a hard place.
Another snowman. A viper egg.
Yep.
Oh god, does that mean that the viper ate the other viper?
Yes, that would be viper cannibalism, I think.
That's disturbing.
No, wait, that was actually the egg he just found a moment ago. Cune ate the viper.
God.
Or Cune ate the egg the viper ate.
No!
Which is pretty gross now that you mention it.
Oh, the zoo barking. The zoo is barking at the ice rock.
It's like when your dog barks at the door and there's no one there. Oh no.
Oh,
there goes Cune. And Shauny's run is in dire straits.
The ice rock is distracting them, and he's got an elevator, but he no longer has a Cune. He's gonna have
no longer has a Cune.
Yes, please.
And that ice wall might not last long. Snowmen can break that if they want to.
That is true. It's interesting that the snowman hasn't opted for that yet, because that is an absolutely beast move of theirs. We're gonna call that some very kind luck from our Mr. Snowman today.
It is the only bit of kind luck. Oh no.
Blind is not kind. Blind
Luckily, Snowman really generous.
Another egg! Oh, it's only...
Very nice. Now, the question is, getting past it. Luckily, Water Cune should be pretty up to handling the Tyrant. Should be, keyword. That is like a 2-shot.
He's gonna...
Shot at this stage of the tower.
Oh, now it's time for use of recovery.
Nicely done. At this stage of the tower, attack and defense don't mean very much.
Except where we're using the recovery for defense.
Yes.
Everything in Azure Dreams has an asterisk.
Everything in Azure Dreams does have an asterisk.
And now we have A beautiful
Hey.
egg.
And that would be pretty nice at this floor. It's probably something really pretty strong.
Oh, hi.
Oh, glaciers.
There's so many glaciers. He's
Shauny
got one
gets
to the back of
fl-
him, not far either. This room is squishy.
This hallway,
Glaciy.
not pleasant.
And he's
Luckily-
taking zigzags to avoid the push. Oh, sleepy time.
You know,
Nope,
actually,
okay.
now that I think about it, it is rare, I think,
Oh,
to see a runner still having Qn at this point. Because normally you see glaciers like when you're kind of by yourself.
the necklace woke up. The necklace woke up.
Plus, sleeps and wakes up pretty frequently and pretty easily. Now we will see how Shauny gets around that.
Even more strange out of these two players to see Septic with the one with being with the Qn.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like Shauny is not taking any risk of that necklace waking up again. It does wake back up. He is able to get on up without too many worries. Meanwhile, Septic is having a party. It is a party in his face, and everyone is invited.
The Holy Bell would be great, but it's not a room.
Mm-hmm.
What if he can get if he can get two sleeping buddies right here, he can block the path and make a run for it. Except
Yeah.
there's another one down at the bottom.
And you can't. And you lift a glacier out of the way. So that's going to be a challenge. Oh, and the other one's back awake. Oh. Septic having to burn through a lot of resources to hopefully escape this hallway. Because he's in melee with the glaciers,
Luckily on
they
this
have
one, he knows
more
what.
chances.
Luckily on this, he knows what his charges for his sleep ball are, which takes a little bit of the fear away. Not a lot, but at least some.
Oh, a go up trap that he did. Great that the tyrant found. Fantastic. Looks like a blinder will do it. Now that
and
glacier-
he's using it to fight his way through.
Pardon me for the moment of echo. Yeah, he was. Let us see what there is left. He has managed to make his way out of that nightmare tangle he was in. That was some fine gameplay.
That was beautiful.
And then you just casually lift up the tyrant. Okay. Now, is the glacier going to figure out...
The glacier's not going to figure out Jack.
Apparently not. I was going to ask if the glacier was going to be able to work out how to...
Oh no! Oh,
this is bad.
This is such a gnarly floor. This is an evil, bad floor.
This is a really bad floor. Is it just these 3 rooms? I think that is the case, but no, there must be another one. Otherwise, he would have hit up the elevator by now. So it's just, like, not a lot of luck here. And Shauny has caught back up to the same floor background.
Oh my god, there's even more.
Oh, curling. The good thing about curling is that at least it gives you some distance that can be really useful. Ooh, we're gonna see what that egg is. It is a kid. That's very nice. But not enough to beat the adult dragon. But it is enough to turn him around. And that's enough for Shauny.
Kid dragon trying to take on parent dragon. Oh, hello. A dragon right staring in your face. But now you must.
That came quickly. Looks like Septic is going to be using that ice rock
like
ball.
him to rotate his screen so I can see what's over here. Another dragon. That's a fair bet.
Mm-hmm. It's always another dragon. Unless dragons aren't what you like least. I'm going for the pickup on the tyrant.
And it
if
hurts.
he has bad luck here, who knows what could happen. And he'll have to spend a sleep ball charge was probably hoping to
Oh
avoid.
no!
Oh no! There goes Shauny, and I think that means that Septic is moving
GG.
forward in the tournament. Because I think that whatever floor that was, Septic probably got there first.
Let's not tell him for a sec. I want to see where this part goes.
Yeah, fair.
Is that evil?
No, not at all. No, this is a this is an entertainingly bad situation. And then Septic is in. And I'd like to see if he can figure out a way to move forward with it. He is just going to burn some MP here and hope that that does the trick.
There it goes. There's one dragon down and one killer left. And the killer is
He's gonna have to walk through the valley.
Two egg bombs. I want to see him.
Oh, a health seed. He is going to try and zoom his way past the killer's range, but now there is nothing to defend him.
I'm curious.
So he's going to have to take at least one hit. Blinder, nice. Okay, that is the end of that ball.
That is going to save his Q, though.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. At the end of the hall. This is a really good use of Mahel Seed.
Mahel Seeds are a really nice item for tricky spots like this.
And they're also not... They're one of the less niche situational items. They're great in so many spots.
Yep, any spot where more turns will do good. Looks like Shauny is going to get a drink of some milk. And we'll leave that there.
I think Septic's probably had dang well enough of this tyrant not going to nap time.
Yep. And now we will let him know he won. Now that he has gotten himself out of this spot.
There was a replacement health seed. There's some replacement health seed. Beautiful. He went for 433. Beautiful. GG, guys. Those were some great races.
We can see if he can make it to 30. We can see if he wants to try it. We can see if Septic wants to try and make it to 40 or to have a nut.
And then we can also see Shauny wreak havoc on the town.
Yes. Shauny.
He craves chaos. Yeah. Anarchy to your plots.
If only this was Legend of Zelda and there was something useful in there. But no, you can just smash
into that.
You can just smash the pots.
No, he's on top of Pig.
Alright. And once Septic has come to whatever stop he wants to come to, whether that is 40 death or just calling it because goodness gracious.
Break the eggs.
Well, we know that they're like a kid and a viper, right?
Oh yeah, we do. Never mind. I'm just excited and I want to break all of the things and throw things.
Fair. Yeah, we will see what it is. I guess, okay, we are in fact playing this for a while.
Oh, exciting.
You know, it looks like, once again, using that Mahel Seed to get out of dodge. Dodge out of get, even. Golem Punch.
He's gonna embarrass his mascot monster.
And oh no.
That's the exact opposite of our beautiful eggs. Or
that's
excuse
the exact
seeds.
opposite of the beautiful Mahel Seed usage. There is a cure-all, Shauny, or Septic, cure-all. Admittedly, you will still
somebody with an S name.
Someone.
There's
that Viper.
Oh, he just hit
twice as well. That's interesting. Fascinating, really.
I want to know what made that happen, so I'm probably going to ask Chai later.
Yeah. I mean, I would guess that it's that And it's not that Ko actually moves slower, but rather that everything else gets 2 turns. When you have a slow trap, it's that everything else
That's
gets
what
faster.
I was thinking. But
Oh
it's so
dear.
exciting.
Yeah. Slow trap made that happen.
He threw him into a slam trap.
That, like, that applies. That's always funny. Monsters finding traps and you not finding traps is, like, the best.
Oh, it's like candy. They make everything go twice as fast. Eggs go twice as fast. Baby's born twice as fast. Go, 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 go. Go, baby, go.
I think the baby will be born slower because you are hatching it with your body warps. Which for some reason is slower, even though, like, entropy doesn't really, like, thermodynamics don't work that way.
I love that he throws his body over the egg to freaking hatch the egg, like, I wouldn't have thought of that. Cool. But in the end, Shauny stands on top of the whole village.
Standing atop this great peak. And there's that kid.
He's probably feeling like I just get to burn all of the things. Not only is it like the last level 30, so you burn everything anyway, but but I'm safe to play how I usually do.
Yeah,
a decurse. Nice. It's always a decurse. Decurse, you are rude.
Seriously, this is what we were saying earlier. Oh, this would be a great room, except for all the ways it's terrible.
Exactly.
Holy bell, there we go.
That's real comfortable, and he moved Kyun so that Kyun would be safe instead of dumb. He likes to do that sometimes.
He does like to do that. Shauny does have a point with the naming scheme. Okay, we are getting real close. I think Septic is going all the way here.
And we get to see the beautiful colors that are on these very upper floors.
They are really nice. They've got that richness.
Oh, it's that depth and it's cool toned. I adore it. Whenever I played by myself, the casual, when you get to these floors, it is... you feel it. It's so exciting.
It really is. The music has gotten more intense. The rest of the game has gotten more intense.
And after you've talked to Beldo...
Shauny appears to be having a problem here. Oh, maximum. Ow. At this level, even that hurts. And what... I think that's the end. Nope, he's working on it. He's gonna try and make that work.
Ooh. And he also just picked up another, or was that the one he just had?
Okay, there's nothing between him and that elevator. I think he except, you know, his lack of health, and that'll quickly become an option.
Like
Looks
another
like
one
we
of
might
those.
Be seeing a friendly third here.
Oh, exciting! Must see the friendly third. The friendly third between Muga and Septic was absolutely invigorating.
Yeah, they are pretty fun. Just nothing on the line. Just a love of Azure Dreams, as pure as anything you can find. More truth glasses. And a star glass. And, like, at this point, a star glass is so wonderful. Okay, there is just this floor and the next. Between Septic and the end. Septic getting a little HP from that defeat.
Naps are now level 21.
Naps are level 21. Whatever that means.
Means at 21 you are allowed to drink, and now you need a nap.
Good point. 21 means, I guess, you're probably about to graduate from college, so you really need a nap. Luckily, golems are pretty susceptible to fireballs. And that makes life a lot easier. And that is the end of that pillar ball. Oh.
I imagine there's some enjoyment in just throwing all of your things.
Yep. And going as far out as you can. There is something to like about the desperate sprint mode of Azure Dreams.
Ha!
Oh,
that's a big boy.
That's not pleasant. Big boy. Big fella.
For being the maximum monster, they don't have a grand bit of health.
No. But they hit very hard, but they have, like, half MP, effectively. Which is very unpleasant.
And also, they look terrifying, frankly. I squeak every time. A slap to Mr. Dragon.
I don't know, the big white bellies of the maximum always, like, makes them feel less threatening to me. The big white egg bellies. They guard eggs, which is an interesting behavior, and can be lured into, like, pacing around an egg. That is a very niche purpose, but it exists. It's a thing you can do.
I haven't actually seen that myself, but I have heard of it.
Either way,
the biggest monster is a sweet motherly type.
There we go. Floor 40, nicely done, Septic.
Yay!
Managed to actually do a fair bit of fighting on his way up, and we will be seeing a friendly third. So C will be loaded up in just a moment. I will go to the restroom real quick.
Have a good restroom. And hope they're able to beat the final boss after rushing through the dungeon, Kappa. Kappa indeed, Ash. Whenever you get to that spot and you think there's going to be a battle and it turns out to be a scene, it's kind of an odd feeling. But it's also somewhat relief after you see how bad he hits you.
Sorry about that. My headphones must have unplugged themselves when I got up, which is annoying.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes.
Stretch your legs while we check the seeds. GG, Septic. On 2 first-round victories. A friendly or unfriendly third. We'll see.
I think friendly. I think
it's totally friendly.
It's always friendly because really the tower is unfriendly enough that everyone else can be friends.
It beats the tar out of us so that we band together against a common enemy.
Wow, people played enough of Tao's Adventure to actually know that there are multiple bosses? I could not. Like, I tried it. It was a fairly early title on the DS, I think. And I think I might still have it somewhere even. Or at least the box. But, like, I couldn't do any of the spells so that the game would accept. So, well, that was that. Nothing can be done if you can't have, like, the game's core mechanic. Oh, Septic Septic, I think, will be facing Poulet in his next round. So he goes trying to capture a little of the chicken magic. Let us see what Shauny takes as his name. Blamed. Oh, it looks like it's going to be Blamed Emand SK or Trash there.
Or Blame Kyun. That works too.
Mm-hmm. Blame Q would be funny, or blame Trash.
Blame Curry.
Blame Curry. That you can't blame Curry. He's our bot. Currybot is our friend.
Sand Knight's our friend too, but we blame him.
Good point. Good point.
Maybe Sand Knight is Curry. Illuminati.
Now, see, I figure that, and if Sand Knight were a food in Azure Dreams, means he would be the Sand.
Oh, that's a good
Sandfish
point.
sandwich.
That is a very good point. See, Steve says, but he's such a flying book. He doesn't deserve all the misery. Kudos for sticking at that profile pic.
Yes. Yes. All right. They should be off in just a moment. Meant good luck and have fun for a nice little friendly third. Oops. Got out of position and then probably the countdown started. Presumably. It is a matter of getting through the game delay and assuming that they see the countdown, but they should be watching it.
Anybody else go through the tower humming the music as you go along? Why is it
absolutely.
catchy?
Absolutely. I the music, frankly, fairly often. It's a good, catchy music. It's built out of enough materials so that you always feel like you're listening kind of to one thing that keeps going, but at the same time, it's also changing and evolving as you go, or just looping forever so that you think, etc., forever. After a point, a good question. I think that, if you let me just hang out in the tower long enough, admittedly, I think the soundtrack has a certain dense quality that lends itself to just a tiny bit of audio hallucination on my end, and I don't know why that is. It just does. Or possibly not. Just it could also be that I'm just hearing things. Septic, giving up Q. Going Q-less.
It's a friendly Q-less.
It is a friendly Q-less on Septic's part. Shauny seems to be going to be using Sand Knight there.
And he is flexing. He says Poulet is next, and Yeetith the Q.
It's like Shauny showing off, both of them showing off why flames are a nuisance. And I think Septic managed to get out by throwing away his sword. That's gonna make it tricky, Septic. That's gonna make your Q-less run here really tricky because you have no weapons of any sort until you find one.
The tower gives us what we need to perish. And Shauny's name is Blame Sand.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Oh, why?
Indeed. This is not a good situation that Septic's in already. This could be a very short friendly third. But as happens when you throw away all of everything you can use to fight with except that flame ball.
Hubris.
That fireball. Hubris. There it goes. Absolutely necessary here.
This is very good use of items. However, it's level 2.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be fire? Wind. The only thing, like, that might be the most useless item in the tower. I know, live is also kinda meh. Most people don't like that one, but wind is just like, you could have been something nice. But you, like, you make sad of all of the things that I pick up that are crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Picking up a lava fruit, great for...
Yeah, in
for
GPC, by the way, there is a Game Boy Color version of this game. Wind crystals are nice, because they function also as Olean fruits in that you can throw them at monsters and they will go away forever.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And certainly it's really nice to find one in any setting other than any percent or a tournament race, because the game does not give you one. The game makes no promises about whether your first trip home is with a wind crystal or in a body bag.
In a casual, I went to floor 20, desperately trying to find and searching as much as I possibly could of the floors. So, like, I want to go home! Give me a wind crystal! I don't want to play no more!
Yeah, please let me take a break. Oh, that is a nice couple of seeds. Eats to help out Septic's Cuneless run.
And you cannot say no to a good magic ball.
No, you cannot. It is really nice. By the way, if you want to learn more about Azure Dreams, want to see more matches as we get them scheduled for next week, or want to learn about the Game Boy Color version of Azure Dreams, we have a community for that in our Discord. You don't have to be a runner, you just have to enjoy Azure Dreams. Check it out, folks. I have linked in chat. We hadn't done the spiel about that yet. Somehow we managed to miss it. Oh, a warp track, which is pretty nice, actually, if you don't have Cune to worry about. Because then you could try going on a random adventure. A bizarre adventure, maybe, even.
You can also just grab Cune and go up. We're going!
True. Ew. That's just a little less likely to happen than scenarios you don't want. But then again, you never know, it always can. I noticed that Shauny has given himself what looks to me like the small handicap of not having Cune placed directly behind him. There we go, he just realized that too.
A miss. No. Misses on low floors are sad.
So obnoxious. Misses at any point are obnoxious unless they're against enemy. Unless they're the enemy's misses, then they're great.
Then it's magical. Then you're like, yes, all hail the leather shield.
Mm-hmm. If that is why, otherwise you might just be having a good time and fortune smiles upon you for just a second.
For Cuneless one, these elevators are not showing themselves in the early levels so kindly.
No, but...
Not as much as the last seed.
Yeah, last seed was pretty generous with its elevators on early floors. Certainly we've had a fair number of options. I have also just thought of a really great tagline that I now am sad that I might not get to use in like a relevant situation. But maybe I'll save it just in case there's a relevant situation. And if not, I'll say it later. Yep.
The room spawns haven't been bad either. There's no piles of bodies.
No, not yet anyway. There's
Don't
always
let me have
time.
jinxed it.
Could happen. Commentator's curse could happen. And certainly, like, luck can always be against you, because if luck is a lady, she's not a princess in the tower. And that was my line. Thank you.
Hooray!
That was just... Oh, that's bad. Oh, that worked out fine, actually. Weird.
It was just a rest.
Yeah, I guess
Little
so.
triangle circled for
Just a little frog break. Just a little frog break. I might like to take a frog break, you know?
I really like the frogs. They're so cute.
They are adorable. And I appreciate that they have a portrait. Even if, like, you generally don't get to see it very much. No, wait, you do, don't you? Do you? I'm trying to remember. I think it's because I see Kuhn's frog portrait.
Oh yes, there's a portrait on Ko as well.
Yeah, but I don't think you can see that one, can you? You can't open your menu as a frog.
You can open your menu, you just can't do anything of value with it.
Right. I was thinking about something else, I think. Probably any of the number of slap traps that mean Ko can't do anything, which I believe might also have portraits.
They do. If you're asleep, you can't do anything, but you see the cute little sleeping portraits. Blind, you can't see anything, but is silly face silly.
But you can't see the sleeping portrait in-game itself, though I think it does exist in the game's files, which have a few other unused Ko portraits. I think there's one for, like, Sealed, which can't affect Ko because he doesn't have magic. He is just a human, except for the times he is a frog.
What if there was a way to get him to have magic through some type of, like, co-mixture with the monsters?
You mean sort of like what Beldo does? That'd be interesting.
Frankenstein.
Just go full body horror with it. Why not?
Absolutely. He just picked up a familiar belt for a familiarless run. Let's go. This is the item that's going to win our game.
Yep. This would be great for keeping his familiar if he had one. Oh, nice. Earth Shield Plus. That is what you want to see.
Dime hitting us with some Fairly Odd Parents theme. Push strats! And push mixed with a Maniva juke. Lovely.
Nicely done. You always forget about pushing because, like, it doesn't necessarily always help you.
I think there's a lot of situations where it's like, I could push, but do I have the health for this? Do I have that resource?
Right. You have to take the hit.
How much things are around?
And so it's like, I could do that, or I could do something less likely to end in tears.
He's got it. He's got the periscope inside of the bloom. Perfect maneuver.
Very nicely done. And though he did put back on that Earth Shield so he could take that hit if he has to. And that in and of itself is a good idea. An idea on these water floors.
And he's already switched it back off because traps are bad.
He doesn't want to hit a bomb trap. Those are fire elemental.
Those are awful.
They will hurt a lot when you have a wind shield. Even if that doesn't really, like, take a whole lot of help, you know, once you have a little bit of HP built up, it still leaves you at a little bit more of a disadvantage in case, say, you run immediately into a situation before you have time to heal where it sure would be nice to have like 10 more HP, 20 more HP. Oh.
Oh, Shauny. At least 2 of them are asleep.
Mm-hmm. Septic must have gotten past this, but I think I forget. I was not looking at what Septic was doing to get past that one there. Either way,
I was staring at the periscope inside of the bloom.
No, I think that was a different floor. In fact, that definitely was a different floor.
Oh, he's putting... Oh, that was a good move by Shauny.
Yeah. Teleporting Kuhn back to him.
That way he also didn't have to deal with the item that was in his hand preventing him from using the elevator lift.
Oh, nicely done. Oh,
deciding not to take out that sleeping board because there's U-boats.
U-boats, not your friends. Very unfriendly.
I think if you were to mix an absolutely atrocious creature in this tower, and it get properties from both the Kraken and the U-boat as a
that would be
U-Kraken enemy.
A U-Kraken. U-boats are actually pretty good friends, but they're no better friend, no worse enemy. It's true for Lucius Cornelius Sulla. It is true for U-boats.
Unlike the Kraken, though, the U-boat actually has use if you hatch a U-boat out of an egg.
Yeah. Krakens are just unpleasant to deal with.
They're okay with the Holy Scroll, but that's about the extent of any sort of happiness that involves them.
That is true. But, almost anything is good with the Holy Scroll. I suppose there are things that are not good with the Holy Scroll. But Krakens do at least, if they're gonna be a meat shield for you, they can be a meat shield extra fast in a way that, doesn't entirely work quite as well when they're, your permanent monster.
Mm-hmm. And one that has recoil, just because ill will upon other monsters. Another slam trap for Shauny, really?
Yep.
Septic's playing with Dreamins. It's just a Dreamin. Okay, it's just a several Dreamins.
Bow trolls. I don't like bow trolls.
Bow trolls are really funny in their behavior because if you get another monster in between you and them, they just start
shoot. Yeah. That happened to me in my race earlier today when I ended up in a situation where I was blinded and then put to sleep. And then when I could see again properly and was asleep, every monster in the world was crowded around the Dreamin, who was MP-less, a clown, who then got rapidly shot to death by the troll. Or right behind it, and that was funny, because the troll will just shoot you, it doesn't care.
It also doesn't care about that corner either.
No, it doesn't care about corners, it doesn't care about confusion.
Those misses, though. Yes, please. Trolls they don't have very high accuracy, so even if you do have a monster as a meat shield behind you, it can still miss and then still hit you, which is Azure Dreams fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dime had a time of it earlier. She fell asleep, naps are bad, and Azure Dreams happened.
Yep. Luckily managed to get out of that one alright, so in the end...
Indeed.
The bow troll ended up being more helpful than hurtful, so thanks, bow trolls. This does not make up for the tournament run I had where I tried to confuse a bow troll to get out of a situation, and then it was not adequately confused. Yeah, bow troll attacks keep going like that. This game has a surprising amount of care and love and depth put into its completely opaque little shell. Shauny has, I think, about caught up. I think we're about at the same point. He has just had a slightly different experience of the tower. Or, for one thing, because he has Q.
This is true.
It never got a whole lot of love, and that is a crying shame. Certainly the people who played it gave it love, and probably, like, no one else ever heard of its existence, because whatever was going on with its advertising in the States just was not there. Did not exist. Not sure how my brother found out about it, honestly.
I found mine through eBay, and just was like, this looks like a good game. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Gamma, I need money. Why? To buy a game that I don't know if it's going to be good or not.
A spiritual sequel, or as I like to call it, an undead zombie sequel in Tao's Adventure, a DS game that's just not very good. Like, if you enjoyed it, that's good. It was certainly a game. I'm sure someone must have been able to play it and enjoy it. I don't know who that person is. It wasn't me.
I've never
I
seen
could
that
not draw these spells adequately for the DS to accept it, so like I could not get very far in the game, got frustrated, and gave up. And I think that's a fairly common experience.
We're getting them rift strats on the septic
Lot
side.
of rift, but also some struggle. This volcano does not want it.
Oh, hi, Griffin. I'm like, oh, please, we have medicinal. Because I don't want to see a rise. I don't want to see this rise. Go away, Griffin. Oh, it got his friend and went off. Isn't that Mary? There's a third one!
Yeah, that is a lot of griffins. That is an area of griffins. A flock of griffins, if you will.
A nest.
A nest. Guard patrol, maybe?
Hey, there's
the water
the elevator.
Oh, that is one you don't see every day, because you can't use it on Ko, and you'd really like to use it on Ko. But it does give your monster, like, water elemental style protection against fire monsters, and that is pretty grand. Oh, could not walk past that mule long enough. Quite sad. Gonna have to take a hit and just hope that isn't a
there
hit.
It is.
Yeah, that's just lucky.
Just no heals before the unknown next floor.
Mm-hmm. So he is putting on a shield with some extra defense and some elemental protection, and hoping that works out for him. Please observe that the sword troll's sword attack will cut through his defense. That is the thing about... Oh, Covenant Fruit. Nicely done.
Now he has a friend. Bye-bye.
Farewell, friend.
Are those his mortal enemy?
They might be his mortal...
Oh, they're warp. I thought they looked like warp, but I never trust them.
Warp and Paralyze look the same.
Paralyzed is slightly darker, but...
Slightly. But I think that's probably only useful if they're side by side. Yeah, I wouldn't trust those coins either. I don't think we're on a floor where Mana Weavers can spawn. And yet, when you see those two coins together, you think...
We have Mana Weaver terror.
Oh, wait. Hey, mate, I think... No.
And it's safe.
I wasn't sure if that was in the doorway or not, but it was safe.
There's a crack in it. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, not able to lose it at the intersection due to following the left-hand rule, but at least you get something. Get a nice little blue sand, and able to just keep going. Now, if he takes the right direction here, he probably will be able to lose them entirely. There we go. Nicely done. Because monsters will want to keep their left hand on the wall unless doing otherwise will allow them to remain in aggro with you.
And the awareness of the trap loop. There were 2 monsters ahead of him, but he managed their direction.
Mm-hmm.
Shauny says, Devils, please. I will kill your Garuda.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Nicely done. And now we are once again here on the Barong floors. We have not seen a Barong
Not all day.
Runs.
It makes me so sad.
That's rough.
Part of that strategy.
This is not good if you are septic. If you're septic, this is pretty bad and might qualify.
Oh, he went for the gamble.
I think you have to. I'm not sure that there's
I
many
couldn't
other
see anything
recourses.
else to do.
Yeah. So I think this is probably the end here.
Why couldn't we have had a Barong?
We are left wanting. There is no gachapon today.
Gachapon appears. Oh, what have we got going on?
Interesting that he gave the monster loop as opposed to
He's going
using
for
it.
a hopeful
Oh,
dodge.
there we go. That's why.
Got the dodge.
Oh wow, nice.
That was brilliant. Oh, is he gonna go for another lift and try to book it?
He can't. Because Manaweeva's right there. If he lifts the troll, he has to still deal with an attack from that. So I don't think that there's anything Septic can do here.
Oh, he got the lift. Can you dodge again just for like the hype? I like the hype.
That would be really excellent. Is there anything he can do? Nope.
There was not.
There he goes. Shauny takes the friendly third.
GG.
GG. Let us see if they want an interview. Tower giveth and the tower taketh away. Oops, they've done the opposite order, but it doesn't really matter. No. Layout, slightly confused there. Layout, let me fix that a little bit. There we go. Now we're in the proper order. Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome on in, Shauny.
Some good runs today. What have you got that seeds?
First of all, I hate traps. Straight up.
Yes, you were rather unkind. On both sides.
Really unkind.
I'm really glad how much I got to show off, though, because I'm normally on the commentator side and I can't show off my little tricks. I really... even right now I'm doing the Tumblr Fruit glitch just because. But...
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
We saw that in Demaze runs earlier as well.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome on in, Septic.
Hello. How's everybody?
Hello, naps are bad, as you said, and Shauny would agree to that, I think.
There was no supplies in the first 2 matches. I think I got a Blinder Ball in game 2, and I think an Ice Rock Ball... No, Ice Rock Ball and Blinder I think was the only thing I really got in game 2. Everything else was bad. So...
Septic had a few supplies on that final run, a couple of different balls on that second tower that came in pretty handy. Septic actually did a Cumulus for the third.
I was wondering about that.
He did a hubris run.
Semi-cumulus. I picked him up.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's a frog right now, so.
You did what's that movie, Kung Pao to the Fist, where she picks up the bait, oh so cute, and then she rolls it down the hill, bye-bye.
Well, I again, minus the sleep trap in game 1, the dragon was hidden when I was running into the room while holding the tyrants. Just by the wall of the room, and I didn't see it, and I got obviously smacked in the face.
Yeah, that is a painful end there.
Oh, so if anyone's in chat is wondering, you can learn this glitch if you join our Discord. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I still have the link.
Although I have to ask, was I ahead of Septic before I died each time?
I think on the first game, yes. I forget if so on the second game.
The second one, Septic was ahead by about 3 floors most of the time. The first one, Shauny was ahead.
That's what I was wondering, because I tried that in the first game. I'm like, okay, and I'm expecting a message, and it's like nothing. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. So I'm not the fastest runner, I know that, but
Oh, so here's what happened with the second one. We saw the spot he was in, and we want to see him get out of this. We want to see what's going to happen.
It was just pure sadism.
Yes. Well, I'm just happy that I managed to do the monster den in game 1. Like, you're lucky you didn't get that one, Septic. That was stupid. I think it's like the starting room I started in as well on floor 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get a monster den.
Yeah, luckily, in the monster den, the smaller squishy ones went more towards the front, and the Kraken was in the back. And that was really good manipulation of the monsters there.
Some of it wasn't so much manipulation as just the layout they spawned in, but luckily there were at least some things about it that made it manageable.
Oh, he was wriggling out of there.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
was
am very
a
happy to see
tight squeeze.
I don't know, like, obviously GG Septic.
GG?
Yeah,
It was a good run.
I am not sad about how I played. I showed off so many weird little nuanced tricks I've picked up. And right now I'm currently in a room full of pickets having a great time.
It is a picket party. Look at them rave.
Making them tired and blue.
Yep. The power of the Telmina glitch. But honestly, like, this has actually been a really fun experience being a racer again. I'm not used to this.
Yeah. It is a fun thing to take part of on any level. Well, racing or commentating, and as I know both you and I are a bit more in that direction.
There's so many pickets.
Picket rave.
Yeah, 5,000 paper cuts. But honestly, I do blame Senate for the seeds. The first one felt like there was nothing, and by the time I finally got all my equipment, I died to the sleep trap, which was unfortunate. And then the second one, I don't think I had much at all when it came to
I think Septic just happened to find a couple of things from going in a different direction that he was able to fling desperately at anything that came his way.
When in doubt, sling what's in your way.
Yeah.
This is true.
More spiders.
There's some very good throw moves in there too.
Honestly, I'm just really happy that I don't think I've seen this many monsters. I think I have all the monsters on the floor on my screen. Anyway, yeah, Septic, what was your favorite part of the run? Mine was dying a lot.
I mean,
Just
completing that second seed. It was when Lady Dame asked if I wanted to complete it. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm really stripped on resources. And then immediately after typing that, I find a pillar ball and a flame ball. I'm like, oh,
yes, I was.
This
so
might actually be doable.
Yeah.
Yep, that
It
was our
managed to work
state
out,
of
and wow, that is sure. That is
We were
sure
like,
a rum.
Yeah.
We're like, yes, please show us the completed tower. Show us these higher levels, the maxims, the cute monsters, the beautiful floors.
I'm just so mad because I figured out a theory on where the traps spawn and what's safe, and of course I die in the first game to a sleep trap, and that just drove me up the wall. I was laughing completely at it. If I had a microphone on the entire run, you'd hear me chuckling and laughing throughout the entire run.
Oh yes, what was going through your head when you got barked twice?
Oh, that I was just laughing.
What?
Yeah, I unfortunately a zoo. I did escape it.
You did?
Yeah. That
Really?
was I somehow miraculously got to the dragon floor in that one, but Queenie took a sacking.
That was the first for me. I've never seen a zoo bork at a ice rock.
My thing I was actually more curious about was for some reason I could not understand why the snowman did not one-shot the ice rock wall.
Yeah, we comment on that as well.
Yeah, it was in the hallway. It hit it about 5 times. It never destroyed it.
He just didn't want to use his move. He wanted to go to the gym that day.
Yeah, I think it might have to be like in a room only thing, and I'm gonna have to test that later on.
I think it was really dang lucky.
It's not even watch, just like a fitness screen. But yeah, honestly, I'm all for like everything about this race was fun. Like I had a great time with it. It's weird, like I said, but for once I get to show off all my little glitches and nuances. There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're getting earthquakes.
That is a room.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a screenshot of this later from the VOD I have going, and
I might like if someone knows how to make a GIF of making a GIF of, like, say a cycle of the pickets running around, because that would be really cute.
Yeah, this is honestly like something I might use for my offline image on Twitch, but I'm just happy. I really am. I'm going to losers bracket, but I had a great time, and I do not feel ashamed of how I played.
You will be able to fight on. You both did a great job. Good games, everybody. We'd like to thank you both, and thank the folks at SpeedGaming. And I think that go on.
Oh, I was just going to ask Septic how he was feeling in that tight little situation where we were being a little bit like, oh, we want to see what happens, without telling him he had won.
Just slightly before. I think Septic mentioned earlier, like, not sure if he could keep doing things like that. So he probably felt it was as tight as we did.
Which situation was this?
Basically, like, right before we told you.
You had an ice rock going, you had a killer, and I believe a dragon. And you were kind of moving Kuhn around, and it was at that point, Shauny died a few floors down, so you had won, but we really wanted to see organically how that played out. So I was wondering, without knowing that you had already won, how did you feel in that scenario?
I felt like that was slowing me down way too much. That floor was killing a lot of time. And so I knew that the elevator had to be past those monsters. And I just
looks like Shauny has gotten a step towards earthquake percent, except not really, because he did things other than earthquake.
Yeah, but
go ahead. Go for the lift.
Yeah, it's spoilers. The Telmina glitch doesn't work when you untransform as well. It's only
It is only one way around. Well,
yeah.
I think that's about I think that's about it, unless there are any further questions in chat or comments from the runners.
Join our Discord if you want to learn the game or watch more matches.
Absolutely. You don't have to be a runner, you just have to enjoy Azure Dreams, and we will keep you hooked in.
Or if you want to come try it for the first time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It is, in many ways, but as beginner-friendly a game as you can imagine, because it's unfriendly to everyone.
But we also have resources to make it...
that too. To figure out how to beat unfriendliness.
Yeah, like I lost to bad luck or bad RNG or a misstep or whatever for my matches. I don't know how Septic you died in game 3, but like once you this game is 99% knowledge and 1% luck, and that 1% comes up a lot.
And let's maybe go 50-50.
Yeah, it's definitely like if you have the resources, you can definitely make the climb. But like if you unfortunately hit a sleep trap or a paralysis trap or anything on those lines, you're boned.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all so much. Those were some amazing matches to watch.
Oh, I'm glad to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch back the VOD later to check how Septic was doing on the same floors.
Yeah. All right.
It was nice and tight.
Until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.